The Hebrew people, newly freed from slavery in Egypt, had been traveling in the desert for a long time. One day they arrived at Mount Sinai and decided to set up camp for a while at the base of the mountain. Soon after they settled in, God called to Moses from the mountain. "I want you to come up here, Moses," God said. "I have a message to give you for the people." So Moses climbed up the tall mountain while all the people waited below. Suddenly the earth began to shake, and a dark cloud of smoke came down over the mountain. Thunder clapped and lightning flashed, and there was the sound of trumpets. The people were frightened. They knew that God was up on that mountain, speaking with Moses. Moses spent many days up on Sinai, listening carefully while God gave him 10 special rules for the people to follow. These rules were called the 10 Commandments, and they were written down on heavy stone slabs. The rules were meant to help the Hebrew people live with each other in kind, loving ways, and they are meant to help us too. Here are the 10 commandments that God shared with Moses. Sometimes we call these the 10 best ways. The first commandment is, put God first. This means that nothing in our lives should be more important to us than God. The second commandment is, worship only God. God doesn't want us to bow down and worship anything else. The third commandment is, use God's name only in respectful, loving ways. God's name should never be used as a swear word or as an insult. To use God's name in such ways is disrespectful, and it hurts God to hear it. The fourth commandment is, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. This means that we should set aside a day each week for rest and worship. When God created the world, God rested on the seventh day. In the same way, God wants us to take time off from our work to rest and be refreshed. The fifth commandment is, honor your parents. This means that we should always treat our parents with love and respect. The sixth commandment is, do not kill. When we hurt other people, we hurt God too. Respect all people and do not cause them pain or harm. The seventh commandment is, be faithful in your relationships. Be loyal to the people in your life. Don't betray them or treat them in ways that will cause them to distrust you. The eighth commandment is, do not steal. This means that we shouldn't take anything that doesn't belong to us. The ninth commandment is, do not tell lies. Always be honest and tell the truth, even when it's hard. And the 10th commandment is, don't be envious of others. This means that we shouldn't wish to have things that someone else has. Instead, be content and grateful for the things you have. When Moses had heard all the commandments and received the stone tablets God made, he went back down the mountain and shared these rules with the people. Moses knew that the commandments would be hard to follow perfectly all the time. He knew that sometimes people would make mistakes, but he also knew that God is a God of love and forgiveness, a God who always gives people second chances. So don't be afraid, Moses told the people. These rules are meant to help you, not to frighten you. Try to follow them faithfully and trust that God will always love you, no matter what. Moses went up onto the smoking, thunderous mountain to meet with God. What do you think he saw and heard up there? Why do you think God gave Moses and the people the 10 Commandments? Why do we need rules? What are some rules that you have at your house? How do you feel about them?